The vocal greeting. Why cats meow louder for men than for women. The familiar sound of a key turning in the lock, the door swinging open, and a chorus of meows, ranging from plaintive to demanding, fills the hallway. For cat owners, this is a daily symphony of homecoming. But what if the volume and intensity of that symphony depended not on the cat, but on the gender of the human stepping through the door? Intriguing research suggests this might be the case, peeling back the layers of feline communication to reveal a complex interplay of social dynamics, learned behavior, and deep-seated evolutionary instincts. The cornerstone of this discussion is a fascinating study conducted by Turkish researchers and published in the esteemed journal Ethology. The scientists set out to analyze how domestic cats react to the appearance of their owner at the door, documenting a curious and consistent pattern. Men received a significantly more sonorous greeting. This discovery opens a window into the sophisticated, often misunderstood world of cat-human relationships. The methodology, a cat's eye view of homecoming. To capture the unguarded truth of these reunions, the researchers employed a clever, non-invasive method. They recruited 31 cat owners, ensuring a mix of men and women, and equipped them with body cameras to be worn on the chest. The instruction was simple: record the first minutes after returning home, focusing on the initial contact. The analysts then scrutinized the first 100 seconds of these intimate videos, the critical window where instinctual and emotional reactions are most raw and unfiltered. The review of this intimate footage yielded compelling data. It wasn't just a subjective impression. Cats and female cats alike were statistically more likely to use vocal signals, meows, purrs, and soft trilling sounds when greeting male owners. This wasn't a matter of a single loud meow, but a sustained, more frequent vocal engagement directed specifically at men. The primary hypothesis, the principle of compensatory communication. The researchers' primary explanation for this phenomenon is both elegant and insightful. It's a form of compensatory communication. In simpler terms, cats vocalize more insistently at those who are less predictably attentive. The study posits that men, on average and within the observed households, tended to interact with their cats less frequently and with more variability than women. Women often engage in more consistent daily caretaking rituals, feeding, grooming, quiet companionship, creating a stable communication rhythm. Men, conversely, might interact in more intense but sporadic bursts. A cat learns that with its female owner, communication is continuous and subtle. A touch, a glance, a soft murmur is often enough. With a male owner, the cat may have learned that a clearer, louder, more persistent signal is required to break through and initiate the desired interaction, petting, play, or even just acknowledgement. The meow, in this context, becomes a tool to bridge an anticipated attentional gap. It's not that the cat loves the male owner more, it's that it has strategically adapted its language to be more effective with him. Beyond vocalization, the full spectrum of feline greeting rituals, the study wisely looked beyond just sound, identifying two broad, characteristic behavioral typologies cats display during greetings. One, the affiliative, friendly greeting. This is the classic, heartwarming welcome. The cat approaches with a tail held high in a vertical flagpole of friendliness, often with a slight quiver at the tip. It weaves around the human's legs, makes headbutts or bunting with its forehead and cheeks, and rubs its flank along them, effectively reaffirming, "You are mine, and this is our shared space." 2. The coping behavior greeting. This set of actions is more nuanced and speaks to the emotional state of the cat. Behaviors like exaggerated yawning, long stretching, often with claws extended, scratching a nearby post, or even a quick, perfunctory groom are noted. Researchers interpret these not as indifference, but as displacement activities. They serve a dual purpose. They express a desire for contact while simultaneously helping the cat manage the mild stress or excited anticipation of the reunion. A stretch or a yawn is a way for the cat to regulate its own arousal, to play it cool, while still being demonstrably present. A cat's full greeting is often a blend of these types: a loud meow, vocal demand, followed by a leg rub, affiliative scenting, culminating in a dramatic stretch, coping behavior. This multimodal display underscores that the reunion is a complex social event for the feline. Deepening the explanation beyond the Turkish study. While the compensatory communication theory is powerful, the full story of why cats might modulate their voices for different genders is likely a tapestry woven from several threads. First, evolutionary psychology and sound perception. Cats are masters at reading the environment. The male voice is typically lower-pitched, louder, and may carry different resonant frequencies than the female voice. A cat might instinctively raise its own vocal volume or pitch to ensure its signal is heard clearly and not drowned out by the deeper, more acoustically dominant human voice. It's a practical adjustment for effective communication. Interaction style and predictability. As hinted by the study, interaction style is key. If a man's interactions are primarily play-oriented, using toys like wands or lasers, the cat may learn to associate him with high arousal activities and greet him with more excited vocal demands for play. Conversely, if a woman is associated with calm lap-sitting, the greeting may be quieter and more tactile. Scent and chemical cues. Humans of different sexes have different hormonal and chemical profiles. A cat's world is olfactory. The unique scent of a man, influenced by testosterone and other pheromones, might trigger a different behavioral or vocal response compared to the scent of a woman. This area remains ripe for future research. The self-reinforcing cycle. Behavior creates a feedback loop. A man enters, is greeted by loud meows, and responds, perhaps with amusement or surprise, by immediately giving the cat attention or food. The cat learns loud meowing at him works brilliantly. This reinforces the behavior, making it a stable part of their unique relational language. The broader implications, what this tells us about cat-human bonds. The Turkish study and the explorations it inspires fundamentally highlight that the domestic cat is not a passive ornament in our homes, but an active, intelligent participant in a cross-species relationship. The greeting ritual is a microcosm of this entire bond. It integrates an attempt to attract attention, the functional meow, an emotional reaction to the return of a trusted companion, the affiliative rub, and a self-regulatory mechanism to manage the social encounter, the coping stretch. Therefore, a cat's greeting behavior becomes a profound relational barometer. A loud, mixed-signal greeting, vocal but with coping behaviors, might indicate a slightly insecure or highly excited attachment. A quiet, purely affiliative greeting suggests deep, calm security. The fact that this barometer reads differently for different people in the household is a testament to the cat's sophisticated social intelligence. It doesn't have one blanket human category. It recognizes individuals and tailors its communication strategy for each. Conclusion: a symphony of individuality. So, why do cats meow louder when they meet men? The answer lies at the intersection of behavioral adaptation and social nuance. The Turkish research provides a strong foundation. Cats often use amplified vocalization as a strategic tool to engage with humans who are perceived as less predictably attentive. However, we must layer this with considerations of acoustic adaptation, learned interaction patterns, and the profound individuality of each cat-human dyad. The fact that this barometer reads differently for different people in the household is a testament to the cat's sophisticated social intelligence. It doesn't have one blanket human category. It recognizes individuals and tailors its communication strategy for each. The loud meow at the door for one person and the silent purring figure eight around another's legs are not signs of preference, but of profound understanding. They are different dialects in the rich, ongoing conversation between a species that chose to domesticate itself and the humans who continue to be fascinated by its mysterious, eloquent ways. By listening, not just with our ears, but with our scientific curiosity and empathetic observation, we can begin to truly understand the complex and wonderful creatures with whom we share our homes.